Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Washington State Scholastic Esports Association Overwatch 2 quarterfinals, brought to you by Seattle Built PC's ultimate performance, one-of-a-kind aesthetics, and small business values. My name's Joker's Ransom. He is Soav Danum, and we're here ready to go into this quarterfinals matchup.
Yeah, it's that time we've been waiting for, Joker. I know you've been in and off with us, but this is a banger matchup. This is actually, if you've been following along with us here in LandFest and WSSEA, you know that this is a match that I would have predicted, honestly, in the finals. But we get it early, we get it today, and we get so much on the line between the Burlington-Edison Tigers and the Selah Vikings. This one is sure to be a banger.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a pretty much a big grudge match for Burlington-Edison here, with their only loss coming to Selah during the regular season here. So they're looking to get that revenge, looking to book their ticket to the semifinals with that victory against them here. And I mean, what better place to get your revenge? I mean, obviously you'd want to get it maybe like in the grand finals, but again, knocking them out here and now would be huge. As that, we've got our first map already sorted out. We're starting out on Escort today, and then we're going to be going to Control, and if necessary, we're going to head to Hybrid. But right now, we're started on Circuit Royale, and with the changes coming in, so what do you think we're going to be seeing here?
Ooh, man, this is quite literally a game changer. I'd love to say we're going to see that traditional, Sigma with a bunch of long-range heroes, the Hanzos, the Widowmakers. I don't know if that's the case anymore, Joker. Hanzo can't necessarily one-shot, and a lot of these heroes now can't, take those one-shots, play for those picks without a mercy boost. So I think that's going to be a real game changer. Some teams may forego, trying to play a mercy and try to play for picks from the DPS line, and may just opt into kind of a brawl comp here. We do know that both of these teams really do love to brawl, so it wouldn't shock me if we get more of that in-your-face action as opposed to the slower, playing for the moment to moments, letting the DPS hit those shots and carry. And the initial shots, the initial looks here don't totally shock me. The defense coming out on a Reinhardt is about what I expected. They showed the Reinhardt there really quickly, and I wouldn't be shocked if that stuck around when you get into the rest of it. We also did see a Sigma come from the other side, from our Burlington a BE side, and I wouldn't hate them if that stayed, but you do have a little bit of a disadvantage when you look at the Reinhardt Sigma matchup. So it looks like the Tigers, though, want to kind of stick with what has worked for them, and I don't disagree.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you here. I mean, obviously, you don't want to fix what isn't broken, and I mean, right now, both of these two teams are undefeated, or not undefeated, sorry, only have one loss going into this matchup here. So, I mean, it clearly worked for them in the regular season, and right now, I'm liking this pick, though, from Selah on the side of their tank right now.
This is a beautiful comp, and this is one they are used to. The one player I'm going to call out here, and I gave him a hard time last week when we saw them, was Johnny Yakuza, who on this Lucio has such an important role making sure the Ram can get into position and help complete those isolated picks. But Johnny Yakuza tends to play a little bit free, a little bit high, and tends to go a little deep. So I'm really watching this Lucio and his use of speed. On the other side for the Tigers, Cyber on this Pharah has been a menace, and now with these changes coming in between Cyber and Lightum on this pharmacy, this could be just they could just pick apart this brawl comp if they get themselves into a good position.
Well, especially since they're going in without really any form of hit scan on the side of Selah at the moment. They're going to have to make that change. Like you're saying, those changes to Pharah have made a very problematic duo in the skies there, as a nice shot comes in already on the Morphine Time. And, well, they are going to be able to trade it back, but it's just not going to be enough right now with the healing going down. The res is going to be there, though, and Cyber's found another pick, so it's looking really good for Burlington-Edison at the moment as Velcon running for the hills.
Yeah, Anra, just a phenomenal Hanzo player from the last time we saw them. Again, I was shouting out Cyber, but this DPS line from the Tigers is stacked. And they know what they're doing. This is why you get to playoffs in the last time. This is why you are a grand finals contender in this Tigers squad. So, I mean, they have the space control. There's nothing really close. There's no defensive, no sound barrier in the way. If Anra can find a good way to use this and isolate somebody, they should be able to get a pick.
There's the dragons coming in from Honor there, but still nothing found just yet. Only the immortality field of Dude is going to go down here. Now the ult's going to be coming in. No, sorry. Nothing coming in quite just yet. There's the Kitsune rush, though, to get Selah back into the defensive position that they're so desperately hoping for, as Honor is so low right now, but just not able to confirm the kill with those new healing passives at the moment. So they're still trying to fight it out, and they still got an opportunity. This Burlington-Edison with this Amp Matrix coming in as well. Cyber's has this barrage online. They're looking for an opportunity, but Honor's going to go down with an icicle to the dome. They do take down John Yakuza, though, so there's still a chance. Now with the annihilation coming through, this should be enough, but no, they're just going to take them out immediately. Cyber with the barrage coming in clutch, and now they're looking to find out the remaining members of Selah. They popped the Blizzard. They're still trying to hold this out. As Ragu on point. They've got out Dude Arius. That's just not going to be enough. The res is going to be there from Lightum, and that should finally be enough for Burlington-Edison to take the point and get some more time on the board.
I mean, they need that time after you look at how much got burned off in that long extended fight, and it's still going here. It'll be the stragglers to stall it out. But that burn, that was a long and costly fight for the Tigers. They pretty much threw everything at that. It was enough time to come around for Anra to build another dragon, and here we are again. It's just, we're back at the same fight, Joker, with the only difference being that Sane now has a Bob. Now there's a Bob in the field, so there's a 6th man available. The question mark happen to me is going to be, can you position this Bob to get value and split the lineup of the Tigers? That's your only way Selah is going to really put their foot down and create a stop here.
And speaking of splitting, Anra's got the Dragon Strike yet again, able to split away this team's from each other, and we'll see if they can keep things going their way. But right now, the fight's going to come in. The barrage comes out from Cybern's already taken down. Morphine time already, and John Yakuza falls quickly afterwards. This is just looking good for the side of Burlington-Edison at the moment. All the picks coming through. Sane did invest the Bob, though. Not going to be able to find anything, just Cyber, but a consolation prize is taken back with the res coming through from Lightum.
Yeah, these slower, methodical plays out of the Tigers are really rewarding them. Then tack on the fact that they are getting a lot of space for free. But Selah's not done. They want to commit into this, but they'll commit right to a Dragon Strike, Joker.
Yeah, it was a great Dragon Strike coming in from Anra, really wrapping things up and putting a bow on that push on second point for Burlington-Edison. Just non-stop aggression, non-stop progress, and 4 minutes to go on point number 3 here.
Like you said, it's been non-stop, and a lot of that does have to do with Curse Sight's tank play. This Sigma is such a tough role when you look at it. You have to be able to hold your ground and kind of hold these positions, and right now they've been doing a fantastic job of creating this angle for Cyber and Anra to find, crossfires and set up the success here. They have 3 ultimates up. They'll have Cyber's barrage as well. So Johnny Yakuza's has the only defensive, it's the only sound barrier. Making sure this gets used for the right ultimate has to be important here.
But Morphine time goes down early on. You've got to be able to camp that res. You cannot let Cyber get back into the fight. But Ragu's going to go down in the end, trying to keep that res from going in. And now they've just got more line of sight as everyone's just falling down. Curse Sight using the Gravitic Flux. They've got this opportunity, though. There's still a chance to come back into this, and they have the sound barrier.
Sound barrier was saved. Annihilation. There's so much space control here, Joker. They could put their foot down, but they have to touch first.
Yeah, and then Morphine time's just going to be taken down immediately. They are going to be able to use the sound barrier, but it's just probably not going to be enough. Valcon's made the swap over to the Ana, and John Yakuza's going to take down Anra, but again, it's just not going to be enough. There's just too much presence from Burlington-Edison at the moment, just going through point 2 and 3 at a pretty blistering pace, finishing off with 2 minutes and 43 seconds on the board. Now Selah has to come back and figure it out. They've got to at least match them here on that their attacking phase as well.
And it's not going to be easy to do that. When we talk about the changes that came in, remember, Joker, I said, Hanzo necessarily can't make those kinds of one-pick headshots unless you have the Mercy. Well, Lightum has been an incredible Mercy, just being able to jump around and balance that. And that's really been, you called it, a lot of the success here is Lightum's ability to just kind of bounce around freely, get those reses off without a contest, and just be able to kind of play in the backline without being contested. So this kind of teamwork, this kind of acknowledgement of where do we need to put the resources into our team from the Burlington-Edison Tigers has shown to be so strong. However, Selah has done this before. we've seen this in the last week. They would, pretty much handedly lose an attack, but then turn around and swing back twice as hard. So they're showing the double sniper to start. I'm not sure I'm sold on it immediately. Ragu does have quite a shot, but I'm really concerned here because with Anra and Cyber both picking up to match, we've seen those two DPS players from the Tigers really show their stuff here. So we're really going to have to watch these DPS matchups to really match that. The other one here I want to call out, third sniper in the backline, is Velcon on this Ana. Made some phenomenal plays last week. I want to see them hit those purples. I want to see them capitalize on it. There's no Kiriko on the other side, so really capitalizing off those purples is going to be so key for Selah's success.
Oh yeah, it's almost mandatory if you want to have a good value with this Ana right now. Is Ragu looking for for the sights through those areas, looking for this headshot to come through. Nothing really doing from either of these two sides. A lot of people going low, and Morphine Time already taken out. Cursight finding two with the help of Lightums damage boost, but that's all they need in the end to just send Selah back packet.
Yeah, and the positioning is really so much of this work, right? With Curesight being able just to hold this kind of corner and give them a great angle for all of these long-range heroes to sit back and just take free shots uncontested, it makes Selah have to work so much harder to get in the way, and that's the struggle, is Ragu hasn't really been able to get past the shield and be able to hit any of those shots. You're waiting for your DPS to make picks, and you have to enable that. So I want to see Time really take the space and force these angles so that Ragu has a chance to get in there and make some shots.
And they've got to be able to set up for their DPS, which is just so much better now in this new season, this new patch that has come through. You just got to give them the time and the space, and that's just not seeming to be possible right now with the presence and the health. Some nice shots come through. The two-tap to Ragu from Anra, looking for more, looking to take Sane as well, and that's just going to be huge yet again for Anra on this Ashe right now.
Gosh, Anra has just been a phenomenal player across this, already building up these ultimates. I don't even think these fights are necessarily going to be needing it, because look at these ult charges from the side of Selah. Are they just now building Nano? They're just getting Annihilation and Sound Barrier. I mean, we're going to send the Dragons early here, and we still have a Bob. Such great space control to continue to hold the line here, Joker.
And Morphine Time's going to get taken down. The Sound Barrier is just not going to get there, and Anra finds out Velcon as well. More and more time just keeps getting taken off the clock here by this Burlington-Edison squad as they just keep on finding these picks and just finding picks in these dry fights.
No way, Cyber. Great use of that arrow to read that out. It's like you said, there's not much time left. We're into last fight territory at a minute 30, and you still have Annihilation. You have Nano. That's a combination that does work for this Selah team. It's gotten them fights out the back, but you almost kind of don't want to run this brawl lane. You can't approach. And even with this Annihilation, who are you collapsing onto?
You've got to pretty much nano boost Morphine Time and just hope for the best, really, I would have to think right now. Yeah, that is your best opportunity to get to this point and get damage on, and then hopefully with Ragu and Sane being able to figure out these, or get these final blows, but there it comes. There's going to be the nano boost now. The investment's coming in, but they've got to deal with the ultimates coming back from Burlington-Edison as well. They've got the damage going, but there's just no follow-up quite just yet. They keep finding the picks. Dude Arius is going to go down, but it's going to be traded back. Anra's found Sane out of the fight, but Anra very close to being taken down, and they get them in the end. But there's still players left from the BE Tigers at the moment, and right now Morphine Time is all alone and taken down by Cursight. Cyber popping their Dragon Strike on the point. John Yakuza's taken down. Velcon goes down as well. 20 seconds remaining, and the BE Tigers are all in control.
Man, Cyber heard me talking great about Anra and just decided, look, I can't let that happen. I have to stand out too here. It was dangerously low, but again, last second, what do you have? Dudarius has this window in the way, and I think that's going to be enough to stop anybody from getting down this narrow hallway, Joker. I don't think there's even a contest here.
Yeah, they've got to be able to get the touch to get there in the end, but they've already lost Ragu. The fire is there, but it's just not enough. There's only smoke, and there's going to be the hopes and dreams of Selah going down the drain on point number 1 as Burlington-Edison take map number 1.
And they took it with style, I would argue. They took it to show it. They took it with the knowledge that they gained from these 3 previous times these teams have met. that was just showed me that they understood exactly what the strengths and weaknesses were, because Selah was going to always run the brawl here. This was always going to be their plan, and a lot of it comes down to this right here. The beautiful, just pocketed hit scans, these mid to long range heroes finding value. And that's always a brawl's weakness, is if you can't collapse onto somebody like that, if you can't speed your way onto somebody, these brawl comps just do not find value. It's almost, I was kind of wishing halfway through we would decide, all right, let's just dive. Let's just give it all up, reset, and move to a dive. Let's put pressure on the backline, because right now it's just free fire from the backline for the side of the Tigers, Joker. And if this continues for match point, we might be saying goodbye to the Selah Vikings sooner than we thought.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, to your thoughts on dive as well, I mean, funnily enough, a dive character has kind of made their way back to some forefront, with the Wrecking Ball somewhat of a for the first time in Overwatch 2, an actual pick you can make and not just a throw pick.
Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of options. Heck, I would have even taken, a Tracer or a Sombras to get in. I wanted to see something just create some havoc in the backline, just to really throw these players off their game, because right now Anra and Cyber have just been absolutely, it's just been a shooting gallery, and it's really hard to say anything more than that. But like I said, they are the stars, but the real pocket carry there has been Lightem on the Mercy, who has just been phenomenally positioned, rarely dies, and knows exactly who to put the resources and that beam onto, which is leading them to so much success. I want to see that trio just get disrupted somehow from the Selah Vikings. If you can do that, even if it doesn't lead to the greatest outcome, maybe you throw them off their game, maybe you get a pick, and maybe that opens up something for you.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. Lightem has to be the priority number one right now, or Selah at the moment. I mean, you've got to be able to take them out. You can't let them get that res and bring back people into these fights, which we've seen time and time again really kind of change the tide of these fights. You see, like, the Baptiste Dudarius get picked out, and in a second, in a flash, they're back, because they're not camping the body, they're not focusing down Lightem on that Mercy, and that has to be the first thing that Selah has to transition to. Making sure they know where the Mercy is, and making sure they can take out that Mercy, or at least put pressure on them to make sure they are not doing whatever they want to.
Yeah, and that has to start right now here at Lijiang Tower. I think that moving to control, this actually does benefit you if you're Selah. It's your pick. You've scrimmed this a million times. Brawl works very effectively here. My concern is that some of these points really do favor the Pharah in a lot of ways, and we saw Cyber just find so much value in the skies. So you have to assume with these picks, that some of these submaps, a Pharah can be there. And that means you have to prepare accordingly. You can't play the Reaper. You have to bring in something, a Cassidy, a Soldier, something that's going to give you a little bit more hit scan presence to really contest that duo in the skies.
Oh yeah. Thankfully for Selah, they've gotten the one submap that does not. I mean, you can play Pharah, but it's just not the smart decision whatsoever.
I would call it non-optimal. This is actually the home. This is more the home of the ground Pharah, or better known as Junkrat, realistically, right? Like, this is where you'd much prefer to sit back with Junkrat, use those angles, especially now that the projectile sizes are just huge. Like, those changes made Junkrat's bombs so much more lethal. This is a perfect time to pull out Junkrat, use these angles to your advantage, and just let those bombs free fire into backlines, and just profit from sheer RNG in some ways.
Well, I don't know how I feel about morphine time at the moment. It's Doomfist choice. It's
a choice.
It's definitely a choice, and it's not a choice that I would make in Season 9 now. Just looking at the general consensus on Twitter and whatnot, I wouldn't think it's the best choice. But hey, you know what? I love being proven wrong.
Yeah,
I love being proven wrong.
I agree with you. Like, a good Doomfist can take over a game, and given this backline and how this line looks, it's a little awkward because Velcon doesn't have a necessary pocket, but Doomfist can get in and out and really draw the attention. So I think if you need to make changes, at least changes are made. I wanted a dive character. I got a dive character, Joker. I'll take that.
It is going to be a little bit difficult, though. Kursai on the Ramatra is going to be looking for those Ravenous Vortexes on to Morphine Time, but right now they aren't found out quite just yet, and the punch is going to come through and some nice damage coming in. Still, right now there's just a control coming in from the BE Tigers at the moment, with the pick looking to come through on the John Yakuza, and it does indeed, as the point is going to be taken by Burlington-Edison.
Yeah, it's you could see it with how Time was really trying to take the space and make the advantage. Oh, don't hit him with that. Yeah, you can see how he's trying to take the space, but the rest of the team was still playing so far back, so collapsed into that tube that it was really hard to find value. They really need to be focusing down what Time lands on to find the value, and there it is. At least they tried to.
Yeah, as Cursite finding the picks with the pommels coming through, the nice life grip out of the way, keeping Morphine Time available and alive for the time being. Very close to this Meteor Strike, though, as well as Velcon looking to get up to this barrage at the moment. Still waiting it out. Barrage is now available. This has got to be the go sign. You've got the opportunity to invest, and you've got the Tree of Life if necessary. So now they're going to go in. Morphine Time going to go into the backline. There's the barrage as well. They do find Onra, but that's all they found so far. And now with the Blizzard coming online as well, this should just be all they need to hold on, but perhaps not. Sane and Morphine Time on the point, finding picks, and Ragu's there as well to get the healing that's so desperately needed. And it looks like Selah are going to be able to take the point and hold on to the Tree of Life as well.
Yeah, to say, considering Ragu moved off of DPS after such a phenomenal performance, I'm actually impressed. Picking up the Life Weaver here to support Velcon makes total sense. You would have really liked to get Burlington-Edison's sound barrier out, but considering they now have 4 ultimates up, you know, it's just a matter of time. So this is going to be a game for Selah. How many ults can we get out of the Tigers? That's the only way you're going to make your future fight easier, is to draw as many ults out as you can here.
Oh, and losing Saturday is not what you wanted to see. Artillery Strike going to come in, though, so you get that out of the way here. Still, you need to be able to hold on for the moment, and the Maywall coming in from Morphine Time, or sorry, from Cyber, going to be trying to take down Morphine Time, but Velcon, the one to go down. Trio is out and looking to hold on. It's just not going to be enough. Lightem going to be using the sound barrier to really stabilize on the point. Morphine Time, just the remaining members. Ragu tries to get them out, but, well, they do actually get away for the time being, but the point flipped over to the BE Tigers.
Like I said, it was going to be a losing fight there, but at least you got most of the ultimates out. The problem is the Tigers came into both 2 incredibly space-controlling ultimates in the Blizzard and the Annihilation, and Johnny Yakuza is sound barrierless, so you're going to have to just kite these and hope for the best. You're coming into your last fight, so if you don't win, if you don't get a first pick here, this is not going to be your fight to win.
Yeah, you've got to be able to get a pick here if you are Selah. Selah, as now Sane is going to go down, but they do trade it back. Onra's gone. Blizzard is out. Cursate has these Annihilation as well available. There he is, finding 2, really solidifying the fight. It's just Morphine Time left, and the Annihilation's going to come through to try to finish it all off, and they do indeed, setting themselves up to series point.
I do have to wonder, though, because this was, as we were kind of talking about pre-match, we've seen this brawl comp. They clearly understand how to run a brawl comp out of Selah. Why did we make a swap now? This is the better map that I would want to see the Pharah on. This makes sense. And you can see it. Cyber and Lightem agree with me. They have their game plan. They know, look, This is our map to play Pharah on. We're going to do this. So I'm very curious to know why we opted away from that in the first map, but this floats a little better here. We'll see if Cyber ends up back on that Pharah post the initial run here. And just because you simply have that Symmetra, you should get to point first, and you should be able to get first control here. These teams are going to come down to speed here, so yeah, it looks like it's going to be the swap back to the Pharah, and I agree with that. Considering how Cyber and Lightem have just been a hit squad in the air, this is their best shot to win.
It's just going to be so difficult for Velcon to get the space necessary without that aid of the Mercy in the sky. So you've already seen Ragu taken down thanks to the help from that Far Mercy in the sky. It's like Cursite is very low, but again, they are going to be able to get that healing, able to push them back. Cyber just keeps on getting the picks necessary. 3 in the fight for the Far Mercy duo, and that is just going to be a quick capture for Burlington-Edison.
The real winner of this patch here was the Edison Tigers. Like Cyber on this Pharah has just been phenomenal, even pre-patch and now post-patch. Now Pharah is more agile. Now Pharah has a lot more movability now that she's got her jump jet moved to a different ability and can kind of dodge a little bit. It just is paying off in their favor. They won that, and they'll be rewarded with a slight bit of ult charge. The changes will come through. Sane will pick up the Bastion to try to burn down Cyber in the air, but you really have to set up. This has to be a target focus here. There it is.
Ooh. Yeah, that's some good stuff. Yeah, that's just exactly what you need. Now Ragu just going to be taking over the game. And I mean, who said supports aren't the best heroes in the game anymore? I mean, logging in there, Ragu just takes it on their back. And now there's still an opportunity for the BE Tiger to come back in here. They've got the advantages. They've got Anra. They've got the Blizzard available if needed as John Yakuza falls down. And they might not even need the ultimates to come back into this fight. So is going to take down Cursite, but still the trades keep going in the favor of Burlington-Edison with the plays coming in. Ragu trying to get the hold on, but in the end the point is going to be flipping back over to the BE Tigers.
Yeah, they stalled out as much as they could, but it was just never going to be. It was a little bit of a scuff fight. I got to give it to Ragu here, who swapped over to the DPS role. This makes the most sense. Pick up the Baptiste. You are one of the best shooters, and Baptiste is one of the best, has the best option to help from the back line. So I like these changes. They're going to have to do a little bit more than just Ragu's incredible aim, though. They'll have a window and a barrage with a sound barrier coming up. So Velcon out, though, means that this becomes significantly harder, Joker.
Yeah, it's looking almost dire here now for Selah at the moment. John Yakuza's down. The Annihilation now coming through as well from Cursite. They do take down Anra, who had this Blizzard available, but losing Morphine time so late. There's only 20 seconds to go in this matchup, unless there is obviously some stalls coming out on the point.
I mean, someone should be able to get there. You might have to send the Lucio, and Johnny Yakuza might have to make some moves there. The plus side is you have 5 ultimates. You should be able to last through at least some of this or create the errors to survive off of, but you got to get there first, Joker, and you got to live through it, and Sane dying is not a good indicator of this.
Sane going down is not what you wanted to see. The Blizzard's going to come online. Trades keep coming through. There's the sound barrier, but Ragu was not able to get the over health. The trades keep coming in, and Cyber and Lightem are still in the sky. Artillery shot going to come through. Lightem goes down. A huge play coming in for Sane, but Cyber's still alive, going win, but Ragu finds the shot, taking Cyber down. The respawns are coming back, but it looks like Selah has a new lease on life for the time being.
It cost them a lot, and thankfully they still have one more to hold it. I mean, looking at these changes, Anra's going to go to the Junkerat. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and spam this out. I don't disagree. Look, if you can just get the damage in, even from something like a Cassidy instead, I don't hate this. It gives you a lot of damage versus Velcon. It's the right counter swaps to make in here. Time has the only ult on board. There's nothing in the way of it. So getting somebody with this pick should extend Selah's life for a little while, but they have to find value with it, and he cannot fall here.
He cannot, indeed, as Velcon's going down so low. Going to be able to get out of the line of sight. There's the Annihilation coming through, looking to take people down and out of this fight. Focusing has to be on the Morphine time here, and they're going to take him out before anyone goes down from Burlington-Edison, and that's just the opening that was so needed. Velcon's fallen down, Sane trying to keep things going their way, but Anra with the Peacemaker just taking everything they needed in that fight, and that's going to be that. So there's the win. BE Tigers take it and book their ticket to the semifinals.
Tigers showed that they hit the books over that break. They showed that they really understood what they were up against here, and they also showed that they were able to showcase their players like Anra, who just give them a hit scan character. What? The Bastion was the play? Really? I'm genuinely shocked, because that last minute of Cassidy... All right, that explains that then. That explains that. But the last minute of Cassidy was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Across the board, this DPS duo from the side of the Tigers has just been a phenomenal force. And again, once you put pressure on them, even with the pressure, they didn't crumble, Joker. They faltered a little bit, and you got moments on them, but they have been a domineering force, and this squad looks prepared to take it home this year.
Oh yeah, they're looking really good. Obviously, there's still probably some teams to beat, but they've got a good way to start things off, and getting their revenge onto Selah in this early round is going to be such a great way to start off their playoff run.
Yeah, this is a huge, considering they came in at number 1 seed, you would kind of expect that. But like I said, I was expecting this game to be significantly closer. The scoreline, I think shows the 2-0. And I don't think it was, I'm not going to say it wasn't a closer game than that, but I will say that the Tigers absolutely had their foot on the gas and understood what they needed to do to win. They did their homework. They understood who they needed to focus out and what they needed to do to let their carry DPS do the work. So if they go uncontested like this bracket is as good as theirs this year.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely going to be the championship's going to must be running through Burlington-Edison right now if you are any other team in this bracket right now. But I think that's going to be it for us. Again, huge shout out to our sponsors, Seattle Built PCs, Ultimate Performance, one-of-a-kind aesthetics, and small business values. This is going to be it for me. I'm Joker's Ransom. He is Soav Danum. Huge shout out to our production. And thank you all for joining us on this lovely Valentine's Day. And make sure to go spend time with your loved ones. Thank you all for watching. And wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful rest of your day.